Make no mistake about it, 2022 is going to be a massive year for Dogecoin. We are already starting to see some of the energy continuing to build even in this latter part of 2021, so close to 2022, a big brand new year that is going to bring with it a lot of excitement. It is time to turn over a new leaf, get a fresh start in the crypto space, get a fresh start with Dogecoin, and 2022 provides that opportunity with some big months that have historically been huge for Dogecoin coming in only a matter of days at this point. That's exciting to think about. That's fun to watch. And another thing that I love seeing, our followers on Twitter are continuing to grow like absolute crazy. If you're wondering how much is the energy building for Dogecoin, that's a good indication right there that even in this time when Dogecoin's a little bit slower than it has been in the past, we still have a massive amount of energy building. And look at this, we just hit 420,000 followers on Twitter. That happened around yesterday. Now it's already up to 422,400. So 2,400 new people joined our community in every single day. We are getting thousands and thousands of people joining each and every week. As our community grows, as we get stronger, our influence is bigger. Our ability to do cool things with Patreon picks and with Dogecoin expands and goes up. So if you want to be helping with that, Steven Steele coming in with a funny chat there. And make sure that what you're doing right now is pressing like on this video, helping to get out to as many people as possible. By you making that one simple action, it actually does help to get these types of numbers that we're seeing on Twitter. We want to have that on YouTube as well, because the Twitter growth is just absolutely awesome to see. Massive numbers there. As you also may have seen me post this. By the way, most of my posts on Twitter are about Dogecoin. It's Matt Wallace 888. Then my beautiful girlfriend Diana Fletcher at Diana K Fletcher on Twitter. I was posing for a photo with her. You can see a nice Christmas photo there, and right next to it, what does it say? Dogecoin is going to pass $3.21 in 2022. Now, a lot of people have been wondering, well, Matt, how come it's not already above $1? When is Dogecoin going to do this? Is it a 100% chance? Why are you saying that? And now I want to go ahead and in this video explain some of the reasons why I'm extremely confident that Dogecoin will be passing $3.21 in 2022. Take a look at this. This is the first thing that we want to be taking really a big account of, and that is the fear and greed index. Because generally speaking, when the fear index is at high levels of fear, that's a time when you want to be accumulating BTC and other cryptocurrencies. When it's at extreme greed, or even closer to that green area, that's a time when you may want to be a little bit more careful, because whatever the price is at this current moment in time is going to be reflected directly on this. So if a lot of people are really scared to buy, and the price is what it is now, then if they get more scared, well, they've already sold. They've already decided what they're going to do, because that's what the price is. So that's why it's an optimistic time for Bitcoin. Extreme fear means that hopefully we're going to see more of the upward price action coming soon here. By the way, that just happened today, and it's a huge indication for both Dogecoin and Bitcoin that historically has predicted a lot of the spikes that we've seen. Here, the Bitcoin versus S&P 500 and gold in 2021. Now, a lot of people wondering, well, it's gone down some. Is it still outperforming other assets? Well, the answer is absolutely. You can see gold in the last year has actually gone down 7%. Look at that. So it's in the red if you have been holding GOLD. Then if you've been putting your money into the S&P 500, well, you have approximately a 28% gain. And with cryptocurrency, Bitcoin specifically, you're up 73%, even more of a percentage gain with Dogecoin and a couple of other cryptos that had smaller market caps starting off and now have started to really take off throughout the year. 2022 Moonshot says, yes, I happen to agree with you there. I mean, just the number of catalysts, the number of big developments, the number of big stories, the number of things that are happening in 2022 for Dogecoin, you can't underrate that. We got the memes, we have the fun, we have the community, we have now the low transaction fees. All we need is a few more of the puzzle pieces to be put in place there, and boom, Dogecoin can absolutely go crazy off to the races. That's what's going to happen. And 321 is easily the target that we're setting for 2022. Now, it's not going to be easy to get there. It's easily the target just because of how massive the catalysts are. And that's why we're putting that number. I mean, think about it. If it's literally going to be put on the moon in 2022, which is the plan, how will it not hit 321? Of course it will, right? But time to load up, says Gil Suk. And, oh yeah, so we have basically a lot of expanding energy for Bitcoin as it's already gone down and up. But you can see overall the trend is upward, and that's a positive thing. Then we have another chart here that actually shows the inflation. And this is a big reason why we're so confident in cryptocurrency long term. January, the inflation was expected to be 1.4%. Guess what it was? 2.5% inflation in the United States in February with a dollar. Well, that means it's going to be impacting people all across the globe who use the dollar, because the dollar is one of the most common currencies that's used all across the globe. Pretty much everyone knows what the dollar is. Most people care about it. Most people use it. And even if you're not in the United States, you still most likely have transacted with dollars many times before in the past. What's going on with Doge? Matt Wallace still going to the moon soon. Aaron says, is it hitting 20 cents at 4 a.m. tonight? Oh, he believes it's going to hit that at 4 a.m. tonight. That would certainly be good to see. Maybe he's trying to will it into place. I like that. In February, though, we saw 1.7. It was actually 2.5. Then finally in March, they're like, okay, well, we predicted a little higher this time. It was 2.6 predicted. 2.5 was the actual rate. Then it starts to go a little bit more crazy. Now they're predicting it to be 4.2%. They're predicting it to be 2.6%, and look at that. It's up to 4.2%. Then we move on. Now they're predicting it to be 3%, and that's in May. And you can see how big of an increase we've had just simply from March to May of inflation. Now it is 5.4% as we go to June with a 2.7% expected. How can they possibly be this far off with their predictions this consistently? It's almost like they're trying to trick you. Oh, wait. Then we move on to July. And once again, even after being that wrong on the previous month, they still expected it to be 2.9% in July. Instead, it is 5.4%. And they continue predicting it wrong in August, September, October with 3, and 2.8. And then it's 5.3, 5.4, 6.2. And now we move to November, which is the last one that's been recorded, and we've had the biggest amount of inflation we've ever had, or not, well, technically, if you go back a really, really long time, like decades, you can see other times when we've had similar levels of inflation, but for our lifetimes, it's the biggest we've ever had. 3% was the expected, and they got it so wrong, more than double what their expected amount was. And when December comes out, that's going to be a really big indication for 2022. And I'm going to tell you right now, that number is going to be 3%. Oh, wait, imagine if I actually did that. No, it's going to be way higher than that. We're looking at probably around 6.9% inflation for December based on the preliminary indications. But that's just going to be something that a lot of people will be paying attention to. If inflation continues to be this crazy, no one's going to want to hold the dollar anymore. And we've seen gold is down 7% this year. So obviously, people are switching over from that to other assets, and cryptocurrency is the place to be. And by the way, this inflation is actually not even accounting for a lot of the middle class and what prices you're seeing when you go and buy food, when you go and buy gas, when you go and buy anything you want to buy. The prices are going to be oftentimes impacted way more than this chart, and that number will actually indicate for you there. Dogex are NFTs, says Dogex chart. That is in fact true. I can confirm Dogex, an NFT project with major growth potential here in 2022. That's one I think could even outperform Dogecoin percentage-wise, and that's saying a lot because Dogecoin is going to go truly crazy in 2022. So that's why I'm excited about Dogex right now. But Michael Saylor, he is predicting that Bitcoin is going to go to $6 million. Okay, Michael Saylor, calm your horses there, slow your boat, take down your sail, go ahead and move into a different ocean, because 6 million is a pretty ridiculous prediction from Michael Saylor. I think he's just having fun with it at this point. Now, for Bitcoin to go all the way to $6 million, it would have to see Dogecoin-like spikeage. And technically, it's possible, but it probably will be thousands of years before we see $6 million Bitcoin. So I just thought that was a little bit silly, but it doesn't have to go that high for us to see huge gains in the entire crypto market. Just seeing BTC going to 100K, which is absolutely something that's going to happen in 2022. As long as we don't see some terrible news story, as long as we don't see the end of the world type crash happening with cryptocurrency, those big numbers will happen. We've seen the trend. It's continuing to go up. The energy, the optimism, the inflation, everything leads us to the same place, which is big growth in 2022. And you can see, it's still, I still think it's crazy that he actually said that. He right now has a huge amount of Bitcoin. One of the largest investors in the entire world is Michael Saylor. He has just massive amounts of it. And there's also other big groups that are getting more and more invested in BTC. Newly minted Bitcoin miner Jim Mining reaches hash rate of 1.25 EH/s. Jim's mining power is basically just continuing to rise. They just started in February, by the way. So you may think, when you think miners in your mind, these are people that have been doing it for years. They've probably been around for a while. Who would start now? Well, a lot of people are choosing this year to start and already making big money. They raised over $200 million and are already bringing in around $7 to $8 million in revenue per month, which is pretty dang crazy to think about. They're likely going to be very profitable over time here, and they're continuing to expand the amount they're doing. So they're not even done yet. If they're willing to buy this many at this point in time, then perhaps you should look into that too, because Dogecoin mining, Bitcoin mining, cryptocurrency mining is a big area with a lot of energy and a lot of money to be made. The person who's doing this, by the way, who started it, is John Warren, who is a former U.S. Marine and 2018 candidate for South Carolina governor. So he's putting in the time and effort to just get insanely wealthy. You can do the same thing as long as you put in the work and time and effort. And one of the best ways to start and get that money to invest in something like that in a business is to actually be investing in the right cryptos. And you can do that on Patreon. You can on our Patreon. You can do that by finding gems that are going to go absolutely crazy there. Hey Matt, what do you think about Floki NY? Floki Santa pumped 3K when Elon tweeted. Oh yeah, that was fun to watch. There's always going to be some that pop off like that just for fun. So if you put a little money in, you can make money from it. Absolutely encourage you to have fun with that. Why the heck wouldn't you? I mean, who cares if they're copying Dogecoin if you can make some money from it, right? That's what's important at the end of the day. We want to make our profits. We want our big green candles, and we want to be making a dough. Who's buying Hosky Cardano's first meme coin? Oh, I'm probably not, but that's funny. And we're also seeing, with all of that, more and more happening with big companies trying to get into cryptocurrency. Now, Radio Shack is expanding what they're doing. They posted this recently, bringing cryptocurrency to the mainstream. Radio Shack and cryptocurrency, well, it seems like the exact opposite end of the spectrum, but this is basically a continued trend of companies that have huge name recognition that has been established over decades, over centuries even. More than a century in some cases. Radio Shack been around for close to 100 years, and so everyone pretty much knows who they are, kind of knows about them, and with that, with all the advertisements already been paid for, it's already in people's minds, it's relatively easy for them to go into new business ventures. So some people are choosing to buy companies like this and use their name brand recognition to try to spark up a new company. Now they're getting into cryptocurrency and trying to make it more mainstream. A little bit silly that Radio Shack of all people would be doing that, but I mean, it kind of makes sense too. It's technology. Now, if you looked at Radio Shack 50 years ago and you went in the store and you compared it to now, it would look like two completely different places. But that's what happens. Technology evolves and gets better. So just because Radio Shack has some older technology, generally speaking, that they've been pushing over the years, that doesn't change the fact that they've continued to get new technology over time. And so now they're just doing that again and moving to cryptocurrency. If they're doing it, maybe you should be too. This is the crypto market today. Dogecoin down over 3%. Avalanche down over 6% and down 16% on the week. So at least we're not Avalanche, right? Then XRP down 14% this week, down 4% today. Cardano down 6% today. Some big fallage at the top. Ethereum down close to 5%. Same with Binance Coin. Solana falling around the same as Dogecoin today. So not a great week for the market. Not a great last 24 hours. Still some little bit of hope thrown in the charts there, but not maybe as much as people want to see, right? If Doge hits 33 cents, then I'll buy merch from you, Matt. Oh, that's very nice of you. Hopefully you'll enjoy your final stand merch. The reason why we don't talk about it more, the merch, is because, I mean, I put the profit margins extremely low. Basically, I'm not making any money from it because I'd rather have people have fun and own the merch than actually make money from it. So it's not really something that I care to advertise on the channel. If you see the link and you want to get some, you're welcome to do that, but it's really just if you want to have fun with it and have a cool merch closet or whatever you want to do. Hey Matt, whenever you get the chance, could you look into the project Quantum? I've actually looked into that a little bit, but yeah, we'll pull it up real quick. Quantum cryptocurrency. Yeah, it's fun to look at new projects and try to find some gems here. Quantum crypto. Let me make sure I'm putting up the right one. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different one. Maybe I have actually not looked into this. Yeah, it's not coming up when I search it, which is weird, but it's probably there somewhere. I mean, Is this it? No. Maybe I have to actually type in. I don't know. That's weird. It should be coming up. The fact that no one has a crypto named Quantum yet, actually, maybe there's an opportunity there. Maybe you should make it. Or maybe it's a different type of project. I'm not sure. I'll have to, you know what I'll do? I appreciate the chat. I will take a picture of your chat just to make sure I get everything right. And then I will look it up after the show, and I will talk about it on my next show for you there, because that's interesting. It's a cool name. So hopefully it'll do something. What do you think about Nobility Token? I'll look at that too. Why not? But anyway, I'm Matt Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.